In spite of problems, a city-owned cemetery kept selling burials.
Even though it's full, we're going to keep selling, keep selling, keep selling. That's crazy.
So what does the city have to say about the cemetery it owns?
And our Local 4 investigations team heard from dozens of Detroit families about problems at Gethsemane Cemetery.
As we just showed you at 545, headstones that went missing or moved, grave sites that couldn't be located. So how could the city let these things happen? Investigative reporter Karen Drew has been looking into the Detroit Cemetery. And Karen, I understand you have a close-up of the money trail.
Yes, we spent months on this story, digging into all of those contracts, discovered there were lawsuits, a police investigation, but still, the burials continued and the money kept coming in.
And you can see that the headstones are like cluttered.
Sitting on top of each other, overlapping each other.
When Yolanda Baldwin and Madison Reed visited Gethsemane Cemetery, they were stunned by how crowded it seemed.
Even though it's full, we're going to keep selling, keep selling, keep selling.
A 2021 Detroit police investigation of Gethsemane Cemetery found multiple bodies in locations different from where the above-ground markers indicated they would be. No one was charged with a crime.
Which is crazy to me.
Local 4 investigators obtained the city's contracts with cemetery management companies going all the way back to 1992. Over the years, 4 cemetery management companies kept roughly 90% of the profit from the sale of burials. One management company, ST Enterprises, was paid more than $470,000 by the city to manage city-owned cemeteries between 2013 and 2021. That's on top of what the company made selling burials. In an email to Local 4, the city said it does not operate Gethsemane or the other 2 cemeteries or make any money from them. The private contractors do this. And take a look at this. To make room for more and more burials, the city and ST Enterprises agreed to turn a cemetery road into even more grave sites.
You knew that it was overcrowded and they should have been stopped letting people come there.
Shelley Calvert documented a mess at the cemetery when she went to visit her mother's gravesite. And like many families we heard from, her complaints to cemetery management were ignored. In response to our questions about several grave sites, the city insisted in an email that there is no evidence of a headstone purchase for 2 graves with missing headstones. But take a look at this. There are receipts for those headstones from 1976. Family members shared with us the paperwork. Also, the city said a gravesite marker for Elvis DeBerry had been in place since he was buried 3 years ago. But his family's been searching that location all that time and couldn't find it.
The dead do matter, and I wish they understand that. It hurts.
The city reminded the Local 4 investigators that every lawsuit filed against the city regarding these types of concerns has been dismissed.
So they won't be held accountable for the wrongdoing that happened at their property. It's so unfair. It's so unfair.
As Mrs. DeBerry said, the dead do matter. In an email to Local 4 News, a City of Detroit representative said in part, "We deeply apologize to any family that has experienced that type of confusion," and said, "We are more than willing to work with any family seeking clarity as to the location of their loved one's gravesite." The city says families can contact Derek Gray for help with Gethsemane Cemetery problems. His email address and phone number are on the screen, and click on Detroit.com. We'll post it there where you can read the city's statement about the cemetery.
All right. So what's going on with them now? Surely they're not still selling burials.
No, not anymore. The cemetery management company that took over in 2021 is only maintaining the grounds, not selling burials, although for so many families, their problems are still unresolved. We want to hear from you, so if you have an issue, my email is on the bottom of the screen. Right there. Shoot me an email. I'm going to check into it for you because these families need justice.
It's awful. So many families have had to deal with this. Okay, we appreciate it, Karen. Thanks.